look at the price lists, parts of Florist Toolbox. These are for you to use with your arrangement calculator. They do have other functions which are really, really useful. So the idea is to show you that today. You can add your stem prices and your sundry prices within the arrangement calculator as you go, but there are benefits to having a full list. If you didn't choose to download our preset lists, which you can completely edit to your own business, if you chose not to download them at sign up and you've changed your mind after watching this video and would like them, just let me know and I can organise that you can re-download them. Just send us an email to hello@digitalflorist.com. Now, I'm just going to show you something here. I'm going to go to the arrangement calculator. If you had the preset list of flowers, you would have also got these 5 preset arrangements. So you can understand how the arrangement calculator works without actually having to create arrangements. However, I'm showing you this now because I want you to hold this thought, because I'm wanting to show you what happens to these arrangements when we change the price of one of your flowers in your list. So I'm going to head over to price lists. Now here you can see the preset list that we chose to import when we signed up. However, you can add flowers up here by filling in this field. I'd say it's all fairly self-explanatory. If I go over here, if you happen to have your prices and everything in spreadsheet format and you want to import them, you can do that here. You would download your example CSV file and that'll have all your headers. You'd fill in the information and then you'd import it over here. However, today I am wanting to show you how you would edit the preset list so that they are your own business, and the usefulness of the printable function. So the printable function here, your preset list defaults to not printable. That is so that you can put your own stamp on it and then choose which ones you're wanting to print. So this is how you would edit this list. You're going to click export and that will export the list. I want to see that in Excel, so I'm just going to find it in the Finder and I'm going to open it with Excel here. Now here is the list with all the cost price, the multiplier and whether it shows in the printable. Now because I want to show you this, I'm going to change all these to yes. I'm going to go all the way down and copy and price it. I am also going to change one of the prices of the stem, so I'm going to change that to 167. At a ×3 multiplier, that is closer to 5. It was £4 a stem retail. Just a little bit about this: if you work on set prices or fixed prices as we call them, you can actually put your retail in here. What I would recommend if you do that, just to keep everything, working things out, so you've got your multipliers and markup and things, working out your margins, is I would then divide that by my minimum markup and put what the cost price is in this column and what that markup was. So just to explain that a little bit more fully, in this agapanthus, we would retail that for £3. My minimum markup is ×3. So that gives me £1 cost price for that agapanthus. However, I would only ever pay £1 or close to £1 in high season, so in season when it's in high demand, or when it's out of season. If it is, I would normally maybe pay 80p, sometimes 60p a stem, and if it starts getting over the £1, I just won't buy it. Or if it's consistently over that £1, I would look at upping my prices, or I would just look for an alternative. So as you can see, although my markup here says ×3, because of the way we price, I would say our markup is generally more like ×4. But this just gives me my figure of the maximum price that I would pay. Right, now without further ado, I'm going to upload this up to here. So I'm going to go import. I'm going to find that file. There we go. Hopefully I did that and saved it. I can't remember now. But anyway, here we go. Import. Saying it started. I'm just going to refresh it. I'm just going to save that because I fear that I didn't actually save it. There we go. Let's get back. I'm going to import that again. There we go. Right. There we go. Upload complete. I'm going to click on import. And there we go. It says it's processing in the background. Give it a min just to do its work. There we go. I can see it's done it because it's changed all my printables to a green tick, which means it's definitely taken that, and it will have changed the rows. So what's the use of the printables, you might ask? If I click on this export PDF button here, I can create a printable of all of those stems and the price, our retail price. I would always enable rounding, because if you've got a price that maybe comes out with a ×3 at 4.97, you're obviously going to charge £5 for it. So I would just round it to near 50p. You can have on this printable your cost prices or your markup multipliers. However, for the purpose of this video, we're just going to show it without. And that's probably what you'd more normally not have these, because this is something you're likely to put on your workroom wall. So you may not want your staff knowing that information. So there we go, and that is a printable, and you can see on the printable it lists all the flowers and then the retail price here, which is your retail price inclusive of that. So there we go. So that is a really useful reason to have those lists. Now I'm just going to go back to here, and I'm going to go back to those arrangements and show you what happened with the arrangements. Now, because we changed a price of something, you can see here where that stem is used. It has highlighted on those arrangements that the price has changed. So we need to re-look at that price and update our website or our marketing materials. Now, if you, like we do, design your collections 1 year, and then when it comes time to renew them, you don't renew everything, you just renew certain ones, and then you keep your bestsellers and things. If you've upped your prices in the meantime, by the following year, if you've saved them all here, all you need to do is update your price list, and this will tell you what needs its price adjusting, which is fantastic. Because me here, every year in my business, what I would do is I would extract the information about those arrangements from my website with my stem list, and I would manually calculate them all and decide what needs to go up. However, this, just uploading that price list with all the new information, would now tell me that. So to me, this is absolute gold. So where something's changed, it does actually show you where there's any issues. So to fix the issue, you would click into it. You need to click the review price changes up here, otherwise it doesn't change anything. And then once you've done that, it tells you what has happened, and it's showing you the new cost price. So if you want to use that new cost price, you click update form prices, and then you just save that. And that now is all showing the new prices. Obviously, maybe you wouldn't do that until you've updated it on your website or anything, but there you go. So that now shows you what the new price is, and saves you a ton of work of calculating prices. So hopefully that has convinced you how useful these price lists are, or the uploads are. As I said earlier, if you didn't choose to import our stem lists, it would be useful if you just wanted to completely change all those prices, just not having to enter all those names of the flowers again, would be useful. So if you do decide you want them, just email us on hello@digitalflorist.com and I will happily organise it so you can download them.